Welcome to Creators Blueprint.
Welcome to Creators Blueprint. Fucking nay. Welcome to Creators Blueprint, where we talk about unnecessary stuff and design. I am Dennis, joined by the best of the best.
Name's Oscar.
Robert.
And
Sorry.
and today it's not such a great day. I'm not enthusiastic about recording this podcast because of
We're recording on a Tuesday.
And that's because why?
There were certain extenuating circumstances for both myself as well as Oscar that
Robert's
preventing
priorities
us
are fucked up.
from recording on the Thursday of this
He's
week.
not- he's
so
not trying to
we're
record on
recording on
Thursday.
Tuesday instead.
He's gonna go play beer pong on
And
Thursday.
unfortunately, a couple people can't handle
I
the fact that lives exist outside of the podcast. Unfortunately, as much as I try to make the podcast my main priority, unfortunately, work sometimes gets in the way.
It's not even work. You're gonna go play beer pong.
No, wait. It's not beer pong. What is it?
Dodgeball.
Dodgeball / flip cup tournament.
Flip cup.
Flip cup. Exactly. So,
It's a company-related team-building exercise.
how is that team building when you're intoxicated? Like that's not your normal state.
I'm sorry that your companies don't do these things for you guys, but this is just what they do for us. I don't know what else
Usually
to tell
when
you.
we not film, but do these podcasts, I'm excited because it's like the end of the week. It's
So
Friday.
Thursday.
We do it on Thursdays.
Yeah.
So it's the end of the week. Tomorrow's Friday. It's gonna be exciting. But now it's a fucking Tuesday. Tomorrow is Wednesday in the middle of the week. It's not even in the middle of the week. And
So as you can already tell, tonight's main topic of discussion is Dennis's bitching over the fact that today is a Tuesday and not
it's
a
a
Thursday.
fucking Tuesday. We're recording this on Tuesday. But enough about me. What are we talking about today?
I don't know. Like, a lot of things happened, I guess, over the weekend. Just to state, we are a little behind on our postings for the IG and as well as the podcast on the YouTube page. But we already have 2 already done, and right now we're working on a third one that's ready to get uploaded. Well, yes, after we're finished with this one. Yeah, a lot of us have been, I guess, busy, and we kind of got off of the wave in our streak, and we're trying to get back to it. But
So what have you guys been
course.
busy by?
I don't know, man. We took like a 2-week hiatus.
Yeah, it's a 1 week hiatus. Yeah, it's a 1 week hiatus.
No. What?
But anywho, so
All I was gonna try to say is that this weekend has been full of
amazement and emotional
Amazement.
roller coasters due to a fucking Avengers Endgame and Game of Thrones. But my God, Avengers Endgame, that shit was phenomenal. I give that shit a 10 out of 10. It's golden cinematics at its prime, bro. Like, you don't understand the emotion it made me go through.
Yeah, these editors, I don't know how they're able to do all this stuff, man. I don't. It's just amazing how much they can do, like, through the computer.
It's crazy,
you know?
crazy that they lived up to the hype and exceeded my expectations. I don't know if I should go into spoilers, but
I don't know. I don't know if we should. By this time, this would be out in a week, 2 weeks, so I think we can.
right.
Let's go into it.
Send that to me though.
All right. So, let's start with Rob. What do you think about Endgame?
Oh man.
When did you watch it?
The Instagram spoilers were great, let me tell you.
Have you watched it?
No, I have not watched it yet at the time of this recording. I'm planning on watching it soon.
By the time this
I
recording's out.
kind of have an idea of what is the main thing that happens, but I'm still planning on seeing it just to kind of watch the whole story unfold and conclude. So I'm still gonna watch it.
So
Might have been spoiled for me, but I'm still gonna go watch it.
So that's the cons with social media nowadays. Like, people
Yeah.
are not able to withheld those type of information, like monument, like big scenes. They're not able to hold it in, and they like to express it. And to my surprise, actually, Endgame came out on Thursday last week. I don't know what was the date, but I went to watch it on a Saturday, and actually on a Friday I was on ESPN's IG page, and the top comment was
Should we say? Because
Yeah,
I don't know.
no,
there might
yeah,
be
we just
people
said-
that haven't seen it.
no, this
though.
is gonna come out in 2 weeks from now. By that time, you would have already seen it. So
Spoiler warning. Spoiler warning. Go proceed.
Anywho,
the top comment on this ESPN post was like, "You're a real asshole if you're gonna spoil Endgame. You're gonna turn into you're gonna get fried like Iron Man.
There you go. There it is.
wow.
There it is.
Like you're like it says you're it just didn't. I was just like, fuck. And basically, I read it and I
You
was
went
like,
into the movie knowing that?
okay, so yeah, I read that and then yeah, basically, man.
Really?
Yeah, but I just didn't know
tough.
how it was gonna happen. I didn't know when. It could have happened any time during the movie, but it specifically happened.
Whoa. Look, see, I don't. Oh, look. All I know is that it happens. I don't know when or how it happens. Okay, that's all I know. I know something happens with the Black Widow too. Okay, I don't know what else.
Jesus,
I-
you,
now-
you
so
know
like-
the whole
so-
movie.
So like the craze with social media, man, like it's only been a weekend and big pages are now like making memes out of Endgame and stuff like that. And for people that haven't watched it, you're pretty much screwed. You're basically watching it through the memes.
I think it's interesting that you bring that up. I think social media is like a double-edged sword. I mean, on one side, movies like Endgame are getting basically all of this free publicity just through memes, right? That people make, right? That really they don't really have to spend on a campaign for that. People just make memes to make memes. That's
'Cause it's
fucking free. Like
it's-
that is.
It's what's trending too. and
Yeah, exactly.
obviously,
So
yeah.
people, of course, are gonna make memes about that, and like especially if it's on a big meme page that has like millions of followers, millions of people are seeing that. That is really all. That is just getting more of the movie, just keeping it relevant even after the opening weekend, right? It's still relevant and it's still coming up in new memes, right? On the other side, obviously, that opens the opportunity for spoilers and trolls and stuff like that. So it comes with the territory.
What'd you think?
It was fucking phenomenal.
Well, what was
I
good about
love
it? Like, what did you like? Who?
Everything. It was a nice way to tie up like everybody's character arc. The way they handled Captain America, Thor. He was more of a comedic relief, but I felt like that was a great way to handle his post-traumatic stress.
Okay, all right, yeah.
I feel
don't
I feel
know.
like I don't want to talk
Can
about
you-
it
Yeah,
because
I
like
mean, I don't know. Should I leave the room or I don't know.
Oh,
Like,
spin
I
off.
thought you were okay with the spoilers.
I mean, like, I don't want the fucking whole movie spoiled.
All right, so we can talk about another big power
Game of Thrones.
power episode or power show that came out.
I love the memes that came out between
them?
Endgame and Game of Thrones because fucking alright, it was like two of the biggest battles for both series.
Yeah.
And the people that took out fucking I can't even say that. But there's a lot of Stark memes out there. And I can't even say why because one of us didn't watch the movie.
Dude, I don't care. Game of Thrones, like, that's fine. You can talk about it.
No, but it also ties into Avengers.
Oh boy.
I don't know how that is, but let's
Arya
not.
Stark and Tony Stark.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw it. Starks
Right.
won on that day, basically.
Yeah.
Like, this weekend, Starks are number one or something.
The Stark weekend.
Stark weekend. Now, with Game of Thrones, very like amazing cinematography. How they're able, like, for a lot of people that were watching that episode, if they did not raise the brightness on it of their screen, like they were not seeing anything, right?
I
You
saw
said you were
memes
one of
about
those.
that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I honestly like the whole thing, but there's a lot of like loopholes where I start to ask questions where I don't even know if it could be answered. Like one thing.
I didn't appreciate Game of Thrones as much as I was supposed to because my mind was still on Endgame.
Wow. But
That
also,
was the bad thing. Like I feel like Endgame overshadowed Game of Thrones.
no,
I watched Endgame, and my mind was just in awe of what happened, how they handled the situation, and it's the ending of a saga, the ending of the Infinity Saga, and yeah, I was just in awe. So I went to go watch Game of Thrones, and I couldn't even. I wasn't appreciating it. I like they set the bar way too
Yeah, that's what
high
I'm saying.
that
They hyped it
weekend.
up too much, and then we got what we got. But like,
You know what I mean? Like, Endgame set the bar way too high for
Oh,
me
but,
to
like, even-
appreciate what's gonna happen in Game of Thrones.
But-
Game of Thrones was really good, but I wasn't there.
no,
Like,
but
I
you can't
was-
compare a movie to a show.
But this show is supposed to be the best show ever.
No, you can't.
And the
don't think-
budget
a
was
movie-
like
a movie though. This is a movie. It had so many stars in it compared to Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones
No.
had a lot of good like characters, but like this literally had like every single character has its own fan base. Iron Man has its own fan base.
so it's Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is
No,
it
man,
has so
you
much
can't-
context
No,
to
but
each character.
but I don't think you can compare
There's
both.
more hours of screen time in Game of Thrones that there are in Avengers.
The
So it's
whole
only fair that
Avengers-
they Yes. There's
Probably. I mean, there's how many seasons?
there's 7 seasons. Each
I would
each
think
episode is like an hour.
But you're not you. But he's comparing an episode to a movie.
Like I understand what you're saying. Like there's I first of all I understand where both of you guys are coming from. I mean it's a series. It's kind of hard to compare a series to a one-off movie. But I guess maybe the movie is part of a larger series. But I guess in terms of appreciating this episode, maybe this is gonna sound like a dumb response. But do you think you would have appreciated it more once Avengers wore off?
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. Because the MCU, it's a larger show. Let's face the facts. It's a larger show with many different superhero characters and all that.
I mean Marvel Cinematic Universe.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's its own
Thank
show.
you, Rob.
And
Was that sarcasm?
No, I didn't know what that meant. Say MCU.
and
If you say so.
Game of Thrones is the top tier show of the century. So like both of them having the biggest fights of their lives.
Why is it the top tier show of the century?
Because it's okay. First of all, it's like very hyped. It lives up to the hype. It's very complex. Each character has, like, they go through a lot, and you could see the characters develop, turn from like innocent kids to like cold blooded adults by the end of the show, and they were just hyping up this one villain in the show called the Night King, at the end. And I felt like it all wrapped up into one episode. And honestly, I seen there was fights before that were much better sequenced than the Winter of Winterfell. Like the Battle of the Bastards, in my opinion, was better than the Battle of Winterfell.
Yeah, I agree.
I have a question. Do you have any comment on like this trend towards like kind of medieval fantasy world / superhero action genres becoming very, very kind of successful and popular, whereas maybe, I don't know, 10 or so years ago or whatever, 15, I don't know, whenever, but it would be labeled as kind of like nerd culture. Do you know what I mean? Like, have you seen that being passed around, like memes about like accusing like, oh, like y'all into Avengers, but that's for nerds, like... Have you seen that? Like
I see that with anime.
you see that with
But
anime.
isn't-
Anime is also like really popular now.
Yeah, anime
So-
is super popular.
So
And
where do you think that shift comes
Culture.
in perception?
The culture.
That cultural shift. Where does
Yeah.
it come from?
I don't know, man. Honestly,
it's
it
much
comes
more
from-
entertaining.
Things that you would have gotten bullied for liking openly, like I don't know, however many years ago. Now, like everybody's on it. Like, what do you think about that?
I think that it became popular because I don't know. I think Game of Thrones itself was just like hyped and people jumped onto it and it was actual quality television. But as for the anime, there's so much more anime out there you're able to binge watch. And people just got on because they're bored and it's on Netflix and all that, and it just
I think
got,
that Netflix might have had something to do with it.
and
Yeah, because like
it
you
had-
said, you can binge it now.
Yeah, like each show has like 100 to 200 to 300. Like Naruto had like 500 episodes, and I
Oh, yeah.
binge watched the shit out of it
Yeah.
in 6 months.
Yeah.
So like I could see where people get hooked on anime.
Easily. And it happens without them even realizing, like, fucking, all of a sudden they're like 10 episodes in and they're like, oh shit, this is good. Like, I'm
Yeah.
hooked.
And it's also they have more liberty to take the story anywhere they want, and it helps, and it also helps that it's like gruesome in a way. Not too gruesome, but it's bloody and it's catered towards young adults. So yeah, that's how I feel like anime, because it's you can watch literally anything from Attack on Titan, Dragon Ball. It's all on Netflix.
I feel like also
or
like maybe like anime
Funimation.
series that we would have watched when we were younger, like for example Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh. We probably stray away from it for a couple years, but then as adults, like I've noticed a lot of people, myself included, have kind of like come back to it, like return to it and rewatch it with a kind of like a nostalgic lens now. Like I'm kind of like finding like new ways to enjoy it as an adult, like. I find this with, like, for example, Yu-Gi-Oh! Or, like, Naruto, like, I watched it when I was younger, but, you know, now I watch it periodically now that I'm older also, and I think a lot of people can relate to that. Like, they rediscover certain animes that they used to watch.
You guys don't think that part of the reason that a lot of people like anime is because it's become, like a lot of, like, celebrities are, like, backing it up? And
I think that's one thing to do with it.
Yeah, that's another reason why.
That's another thing.
like,
And
I know Michael B. Jordan, you know him?
Yeah.
Like, he loves Naruto. And like he loves it, and he tweets about it, and he like posts about it and everything. And then like I read that Kim Kardashian also, like, she uses a lot of influences apparently for her looks that are derived from Japanese anime characters. And then when someone, like, something was uncool, and then you have, like, the most popular, like, people here saying that they love it and everything, then that makes you want to, let me see what it's all about. And then if you like it, then that's where you grow that.
they make it cool.
Yeah,
Let's be honest. Yeah.
And that's how that grows. Like, Kanye, he had, like, would you say his graduation?
His graduation
Homecoming
was who's the designer to that?
Takashi Murakami.
Yeah.
Murakami?
He has very abstracted art.
Yeah, Takashi Murakami, yeah.
But yeah, I also think about back to the nostalgic part. When you used to watch it as a kid, it was usually the filtered down version of the show.
Right. Exactly.
So when you get back into it,
Now
it's
you're
usually
watching
the uncut
uncensored,
version, and you're like,
uncut
holy
version,
crap,
yeah.
this is so bad, and much
Yeah.
more badass.
Like the DBZ uncut version is like fucking kick ass. Like
What do you see?
you see everything. Like they show blood, nudity, they curse, like in violence. Like
Dragon Ball Z.
I remember on Cartoon Network back in like 05 and 06, they had the uncut version like on Adult Swim or whatever it was, and they would show the uncut version of DBZ, and like you saw like anything was like up.
Like,
You stayed up
anything.
late for that.
Of course, they
on
used to
school nights. Hell yeah,
used
like
to
11
show it
o'clock.
at 11 o'clock,
Hell
right
yeah,
before Adult
right
Swim.
there. That was the last thing that I would watch before I went to sleep.
Yeah, you would usually like in the uncut versions, you would see like them actually getting their.
Like if Goku did like one of his like super kamehamehas or like whatever attack, and like he thrusts his hand through and it like stabs through the person, like
You can
they would
see the-
show that, and they would
you
show
see the blood.
Yeah, they would show the fucking gaping hole in the person.
I kind of wish they kept that type of explicit content for the new Dragon Ball series. Did you ever watch it, Dragon Ball Super?
I have not watched it. I left off on GT many years ago.
Well, like Dragon Ball Super is basically well, GT never happened, so
it's like an alternate.
yeah, it's an alternate reality.
future?
But GT wasn't made by Akira Toriyama, which is the creator of Dragon Ball.
So it's kind of its own thing.
Yeah, GT is his
Okay.
own thing, but Dragon Ball Super, the new one, it's created by the creator,
Okay, cool.
Akira Toriyama.
Cool.
And I kind of hate, like, I love the story, but I hate the fact that they watered it down so much compared to Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z, you used to see the blood just dripping down. You used to get bloody, bruised up. Now it's just little scratches.
Well, see, I think that also brings it to like when we were children, right? You know, the Japanese anime, it would be shown the way it was shown in Japan to people in the similar age group. Once it came to the U.S., the English broadcasting companies would dub it over, and they would apply the necessary censors to get past the filters. It makes you wonder, why is this country so adamant about censoring animated shows for younger children when a large majority of the world doesn't really give a shit. Well, because like I mean, it wasn't just with DBZ, but it was with like, for example, like with Yu-Gi-Oh. When you see the English dub of Yu-Gi-Oh, it's a children's show, but when you see it's meant for children, but when you see the original uncut Japanese version, like it is extremely dark and like much more for a mature audience, like it was originally intended.
Yeah, like there would be these glowing spinners. They weren't even spinners. They were just glowing and rotating, and they used to be weapons. That used to be in the English version of Yu-Gi-Oh. They're just glowing discs, and in the Japanese versions, they're saws.
Wait. I think that episode this was like
I forgot the episode. I watched a YouTube video like 3 years ago.
If what you're talking about is correct, if what I'm thinking of, there was a duel with Yugi and this one magician dude, and they were like in some underground pit, and they were trapped in shackles, and there was these spinning blades.
Yes.
Okay, so in the original anime, the Japanese version, those blades were fucking saws, and whoever lost the duel would get their legs amputated.
Yes.
And assumingly bleed out. In the English dub, they were changed to dark energy discs. One touch of the blade, and it would send your mind to the Shadow Realm. You wouldn't die. Oh, you would just be transported
and
to
the
another
Shadow
place.
Realm is only in the English dub because
only in the English dub. Yes, only in the English. I mean, it's meant to be. It's meant to be like, basically like a version of hell, but it's you don't say hell, you don't say death. It's the Shadow Realm.
Yeah,
which you can come back from. You can come back from the Shadow Realm.
If they send you to the Shadow Realm, then you're going to die.
If you're banished to the Shadow Realm in the English, it's not the end of the world. But in the original, you die. Like that's death. Yeah. So I think that's also that kind of plays to what I said about Yu-Gi-Oh being a much darker anime in the original version compared to when it was brought to the U.S. It's completely different.
Yeah. So
nerd alert.
What'd you say?
Nerd alert. I was gonna say, since you guys like to talk about anime so much, what if you had to say top 3? Could you?
Animes?
Of course.
Animes.
Well, like I haven't watched a lot of anime,
but like
based on the
list.
ones that I've watched, I can name
already. Not even based on ones that you watched. You've heard. There's like you definitely have heard of ones that are like notably good that you haven't watched. Like what would you say?
I watched the first season of Attack on Titan and it was pretty good, but I've heard it gets wild later on. And
I heard that too.
A very good quality show. I watched My Hero Academia. It's apparently the new. All right, so Naruto was the new Dragon Ball.
Mm-hmm.
So My Hero Academia is supposed to be the new Naruto Dragon Ball of this generation, and I've binge watched it recently, and it's a very good show. But the best show I've watched thus far has to be Naruto Shippuden. That the storyline to that is crazy. But what kills it is the fillers. There's way too many fillers. Like every 5 episodes, it's followed up with 2-3 episodes of filler.
Yeah.
If they removed all the fillers in the show, it would possibly be like 200-300 episodes, and it'll be a great story to
it's like
to hold on to.
It's crazy how many episodes these things are. Like that's one of the reasons I don't even like bother, because it's like the amount of time you have to put into it.
If you think like
to catch up,
7 seasons of Game of Thrones, like, or however many with like 6 or 7 episodes per season is a lot. Try like however many seasons, like totaling 300 episodes, like, and to answer your question, I guess my top 3 animes would be, based on what I've watched, are Naruto, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Cyber City. These are like anime shows that I've seen. Anime movies is a different story. I don't know. Have you guys seen Ghost in the Shell? The original, the anime version, and then they remade it with Scarlett Johansson.
I heard it's a very good movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
But the Scarlett Johansson one did no justice apparently to the fandom.
Well,
and they ripped it apart.
Yeah, they had its share of controversy. But I think anytime you remake a beloved kind of classic movie, whether it's anime or whether it's anything, and you remake it like I think it's gonna be met with some controversy in no matter what. Just
Did you guys see the Avatar: The Last Airbender?
I have not seen it. I did not see it.
It's a really
Not
good
the movie.
show.
Not the movie. The show, yes, I've seen the show.
The show is really good.
Oh,
but
the show is
movie
excellent.
was
Yeah.
terribly
That's
done.
well, that's what I've heard.
It was
also.
terrible.
That's why I haven't bothered.
They
to see
couldn't
the
even
movie.
say "ang" in the movie. They said "ong." Graphics were terrible. The storyline, it was so badly written. It did no justice. But
Would you say were the effects bad, like the CGI or
the
the
CGI
special
was
effects?
bad. The
I
CGI
feel
was
like-
bad. It was badly written. It was way too rushed because it was supposed to cover the first book, the first season, and they skipped so many stuff and just
I don't know
went straight
if
to the point.
I don't know if just adapting what had already been done in the animated version to a live action version would be the most sense. I mean, if you're gonna go for a live action, I don't know, maybe do a new story, something fresh. I mean, you know, if I wanted to see like the animated version told, I would just see the animated version. I don't need to see a live action butcher the
like
story.
they're doing with the new Pokemon movie.
Yeah, the Pikachu
it's-
detective, Pokemon detective.
I personally think.
Oh my god.
It's yeah.
Before you even say if it's good or bad, I think it's very cute.
That
and
shit
I
looks
really
cute
wanna
as
watch
hell.
it.
Yeah, I really want to watch.
Okay,
it.
I thought I didn't know what angle you were gonna come with.
No, I
but-
really want to watch it because it's a new side of Pokemon that we haven't even watched.
Right,
and I
right.
feel like they tackled it from a very different direction.
Yeah,
and
exactly,
It looks
it's
well,
something
it looks
fresh.
well
yeah.
CGI'd and everything.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to like trying to recreate Pokemon in live action. I think you need the budget for that kind of CGI, you know. And with the recent, you know, release of Pokemon Go over the past few years, I think that Pokemon has kind of gained a new wave of momentum that, you know, we even have we have a friend or some friends that are very into Pokemon, and
I was gonna ask that if you knew it. Like, do people still play Pokemon Go? Didn't it come out like years ago?
Wait, the Pokemon Go or the Pokemon Let's Go?
No, Pokemon Go.
The original
Like-
Pokemon Go.
Like the one where you just
Pokemon
go.
Go.
Like the one,
you just go
okay,
to
the
the
one
park?
that came out
Yes,
in like what
that
year?
one.
What year
Summer
did it come out?
2016.
The one that came out in 2016,
Where everybody was
where
walking
everyone was
outside.
on it, where
Yes.
everyone was driving cars,
Team
trying to hatch
Valor,
their eggs,
Team Valor, Team I forget the other two.
where everyone was playing this app on their phone to the point to where
People
their-
were getting
their
in
battery-
car accidents.
their
playing
batteries
this.
were dying, their data was
People
being
were
used
getting jumped.
up.
It was
That one,
Yes.
Yes, that one.
When it came out, that shit was a phenomenon.
bro, and like,
And-
it's like, do people? Okay,
Okay, so it was met with a rush of people. It was in the summer. Nobody was in school. Everybody hopped on it, right? Everybody was fucking playing. Once school rolled around, it died down a little bit, but only the most dedicated of players remained, right? Now, today, it has evolved into this kind of very specialized, you know, there's Discord chats for it. There's specialized meetup groups for it. There's events.
way.
There's
and
private
and you're just
private
talking
events.
from, like, I guess you're not that into it, but you
I'm not talking from experience.
exactly. So you know, we.
But I am
okay. Let's be
talking-
honest. We do know. We do have a friend that plays it, and like,
Let's
like,
be
plays
honest.
it a lot.
Should we name drop?
No, I feel like we should bring him on one day to kind of talk about that, because that itself is its own like.
Like
own
I
field,
have
its own-
never met someone that is as dedicated to the craft of Pokemon Go as him.
And the crazy thing is like you don't really, I don't just see people playing Pokemon Go as
Not
before.
anymore. Not
No,
anymore.
Before you go
Because not anymore.
before you go to parks and you'll see like a
Couple
group of
people.
kids huddled up. And you're
I
just
really,
like, I know what that is.
I
you
felt
know?
like it was summer 2016 and summer 2017, where you would literally go to any park and you would see a cluster of kind of anime looking at, like they look like they like anime. You'd see them clustered around, and you'd be like,
yo,
yeah,
dude,
I know
remember-
what's gonna go down.
I would go to the park, like when it first came out, and I was like very addicted to it for like the first 2 months.
Yeah.
You would go to the park at 12 at night, and you would see
People
like
were
a
still
group
there,
of
yeah.
25,
One-
30 people.
One time I was in Florida
catch
when it
Pokemon.
came out, and I was with my cousin and his friends. We went to a cemetery at like 12:30 in the morning to go catch some ghost Pokemon. So that kind of tells you the craze was real. The craze was real.
They really got people to get out of their houses and get moving. But now
get.
I don't want
and
to go
get
too
mugged.
into it, but like now there's so many ways to like cheat the system and pretend like you're somewhere where you're
There's
not.
so many ways.
So many ways to like pretend like you're walking a bunch of miles
like
and you're not.
like we said,
So-
we have a friend that has implemented various mods and
I don't know. I don't know if
alterations.
he wants to talk about those, but
We're not
Yeah,
disclosing
By
his
various
name,
mods,
but-
you mean like he
Bro,
doesn't
he
even
literally,
leave,
like,
he doesn't even leave the house.
Oh,
Bro,
God.
he doesn't leave the house, and he'll be like, I just came back from Taiwan, boys. Caught me some good rare Pokemons, or like, some shiny Pokemons out in Taiwan. I think I'll go to San Francisco next. Like,
I don't
like
think-
this is literally him from his fucking couch.
I don't
Like-
think I don't think this information he wants out there.
I don't give a crap. I mean, we're not name dropping, are we?
We're not, but if we do have
God
that,
forbid it accidentally slips out of one of our mouths.
but
But
if we have him on and talk about it, then
how will people know that it's him unless we
how
specifically?
many friends do we have that play Pokemon Go?
They don't know that. They don't know that.
That's true.
The point that we're trying to make is this one person that we know that is ultra dedicated to it. He has mods installed. He has like fucking shit installed on his app that allows him to literally go anywhere in the world and play Pokemon Go from there. And yes, he has been, they call it soft ban. He's been soft banned multiple times where they catch him and it's like, hey, you've been warned. Like, don't do this shit again. Like, we're on to you. But what does he do? He does it again. I'm
next
surprised that he hasn't had his account, like, just completely taken down. I'm surprised. I'm
Yeah,
kind of concerned.
I don't want to go too much into that, like his stuff, because I want actually if he comes on, like if
He's
we
not
do
even gonna
bring-
listen to this.
Yeah, true. But like no, but I want him to be able to express all of that stuff instead of us talking from a second.
I'll just
Yeah, we're
conclude
not-
on that portion of him by saying that I played Pokemon Go with him hardcore like one summer 2017 to be exact.
And it's
That was like last. Oh shit, that's 2 years ago.
2 years
Oh
ago.
my
Okay, we would go
Getting
every day. We would meet up and we would go on raids. They raided. That's what they were called. They raids, right? We would go on raids. We would meet up. We'd be we'd be scoping the area out in the car. Like, where are they? Where are they? Oh, there's a group of people over there with their heads, with their necks snapped down to their phones. Okay, that's them. Let's go. And then you would kind of do the thing where you would pull up in the car, awkwardly roll down your window, and be like, "Hey guys, Pokemon?" And like, yeah. And then that's how it would go. And you find out, okay, which team is which. Team Valor over here. Okay, great. Let's do this. Let's catch this fucking Mewtwo or whatever fucking legendary Pokemon it was.
yeah, and I'm sure
That's how it was. Yeah, every day, every fucking
What,
day
what
for like
generation are
3
they on?
months.
Though? Do you know?
What?
What generation are they on?
I mean, I know they're past Hoenn at this point, and I think that was Generation 3, right? Gen 3? I
That was
think.
Gen 3.
Yeah, that is Gen 3. So they're at least on Gen 3, if not past it by now. But you would have to ask him. That's a question that he'll know the answer to more
That's
than me.
hilarious.
I have not been able to play it recently because I've had a lot of things come up in my life. I've been busy with Foul Matter. I've been busy at work and,
Busy
you know,
with
busy
beer
with
pong and flip cup.
busy with Creators Blueprint, so unfortunately,
And
I haven't had much
dodgeball
time to play
tournaments.
Pokemon Go, but
So-
my friend still plays. Our friend still plays it, so he will be the one to ask all these questions.
So like back to like the movie topic, yeah, I'm sure all those people that still play Pokemon Go, surprisingly, will be looking forward to that movie,
Oh,
and
for
I
sure,
will be
yeah.
too. It comes out next Friday, I believe. right?
This was perfectly timed. This is great. It's
Yeah, it's gonna be
perfectly
awesome.
timed. Yeah,
Yeah.
it should be cute. Should be nice. Should be a nice little date movie, cute ass movie.
Oh shit, we're only 35 minutes. We have 10 minutes left to spend, boys. What else do you guys want to talk about? So, yo,
I mean, today we've just been talking about, I guess,
We're just
the film.
bullshitting
The
today.
film. No,
Oh.
film. We've been talking about film a lot, basically.
Yeah, film, shows, cartoons, like.
Endgame. Endgame was so amazing. But yeah, between Infinity War and Endgame, which one did you enjoy more?
Oh, Endgame for sure. Like it kept you entertained the whole way through. It had a lot to show. It was 3 hours long, so it was able to show us a lot of like the first like 45 minutes was about trying to catch everyone back up to speed of what's happening in everyone's world. Disclaimer: I don't know anything like that much about this Marvel series. It's Marvel, right?
No, it's DC.
DC. All right. No, but I don't know much about it. But like, I really did enjoy watching it. And I really do
Yes,
enjoy watching these
yeah.
movies because they have just like it's about the quality and like it's so much stuff is expressed in the movie and you just feel it, and especially like
It's hard to talk about the movie and one
Okay,
of us didn't
in
even
my
watch
honest
it.
let's just say sorry, quick. Spider-Man, that the actor that plays Spider-Man, yo, he's really good at trying to make you feel sentimental. That's all I can say. And like, you know,
Okay, so
that's all I can say.
I think that's a good point that you are not fully familiar with every single movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but you can still enjoy this movie, right? You can still enjoy its aspects just for the sheer sake of cinema itself. So I think that's a successful movie is when, like, yes, ideally you would be familiar with every single movie, and maybe this movie might inspire you to go back and watch every single movie to really know exactly
That
what's
is the
going on.
wrong way to go,
Probably
in
not.
my opinion.
Really? You think so? Why?
Because it's like each movie is a chapter, and there's 22 chapters. You basically read the last chapter, and you want to know everything that happened beforehand. But yeah, I feel like you need to be able to not to watch every movie, but at least watch the last phase 3 of the Infinity Saga to like get to know what role Thanos has and what's his ideology.
Some people don't really have to. They could
Okay,
just go on YouTube and
Look,
look up.
like some people are not gonna really care.
And fuck those people.
Okay, that's okay. I get it. Like, not some people are not really gonna care. They're just gonna appreciate the movie at surface level for its cinematography.
But they're not going to appreciate it as much as if you're
and
able to watch the whole thing from the
yeah,
start.
but either they probably don't realize that, or they're probably just too lazy to
Well,
literally go back and watch every
It's
fucking
just
chapter.
too much. Okay, for me,
But
exactly.
I like. Have you seen all of them?
Yes.
Okay, and
He's
that,
a
I think.
he's a fanboy. That's
Okay,
way different.
I think that I can see why
It hurts.
it's impacted you so much
much
because
time was
you
put
can
into
see
it.
the final culmination of
Yeah, and it
all
was-
the chapters together,
And it was
right?
beautiful.
There you go.
It was
So that's
a beautiful ending.
that's what it sounds like from someone that is acquainted with every single kind of part of this saga, right? And
Hardcore fan.
this
Yeah.
final conclusion to everything, right? Okay, that makes sense.
Now, I'm not a hardcore fan.
But you still appreciate
Yeah,
it.
like I don't know, like Thor's the guy with the lasers on his hand.
Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god.
Nah, that's Iron Man. I know. No, but like I did appreciate the film for what it was, but I don't like. I'm not like dying over it. I don't go watch it twice. Like that's something like only Dennis does, you know.
No, I know a couple of people that have watched it twice.
I'm about to watch it a third time. That's how good it was, in my opinion.
You're gonna pay for it 3 times.
Well, no, I didn't pay the second time. I
Exactly.
was
So
invited.
it wasn't that good then. No, I'm playing. It was good. It was good. It was good.
My cousin, who lives in, he studies in the Bronx at Manhattan College. He went to the midnight premiere on last Thursday. He had class on Friday morning, and he went to the because he snapped me. He went to the midnight premiere, and he was decked out in like MCU attire, like because he's also a hardcore fan.
MCU.
So, like, I think that just kind of shows the level of, like, dedication, excitement,
That's OD.
hype,
That's
hype,
OD.
the level of hype
Did you
surrounding this.
Did you wear any MCU gear?
Of course, I went as Groot.
Did you really?
No, I didn't.
Did you see people wearing MCU shirts?
Like, at that
MCU shirts. Yeah.
Yeah, there
but,
you go.
like,
That's what I mean.
but,
I'm
like,
not
people
saying, like,
wearing
full out,
dress as
like, fucking Iron Man
Man.
costume. No, that's...
That's capaz.
But no.
See, if this movie would have come out around Halloween, hell, every fucking person would have been in costume.
I would have been Rocket.
The best believe
No, I would have
that.
been Groot.
Make sure in Groot.
Yeah, I would have been Groot.
I'm Groot.
I'm Groot. But yeah, it was a beautiful way to end the Infinity Saga. And sadly, I didn't appreciate Game of Thrones because my mind was still
You'll appreciate it soon, I think.
still in shock with.
I appreciate
Endgame.
Game of Thrones. I appreciate it. I only didn't get the last part how Arya flew from. I don't know what. Like, how did she get there? You know what I mean? Like that's like the biggest question that needs to be answered. Where did she jump over all of the, what's it called?
fucking the
There's-
White Walkers.
Yeah, the White Walkers. She jump over all
Or
of
he
them?
was surrounded by White Walkers.
Huh? Yeah, he was surrounded all around by White Walkers. And then she comes out of nowhere jumping like Michael Jordan from the free throw line. Like and, I don't know. That's just like I didn't get that part. And then yeah, I don't. It's just it needs to be like, things like that.
It
need to
was
be
an
answered.
ass pull. It was such an ass pull.
Yeah,
That would happen.
it was out of no, bro. And then the Night King was just staring at Bran for like
17 seconds.
17 seconds, like just like, oh shit, you can't move. Damn. Like
I'm gonna kill you.
I'm gonna kill you.
Just
And-
hold on a second.
Just hold on a second. I'm gonna get
I'ma
this
get
blade.
there, I'ma get there.
Get this blade, and then
I'ma-
boom.
I'm gonna slowly get this blade and stab you with it. But hold on, I just need to stare at you more. They had to. Oh my god.
And then, what was the guy's called? The guy that was guarding Bran? That guy.
Theodore.
Yeah.
I mean Theo.
Theo, like just like how he died. Like this, the whole time after he got, what would you say he got? When he was captured and like what they did to him.
Yeah, he was basically
Abused.
Yeah,
He was abused. So he was abused, and he definitely changed. And like this was his time to shine. Like you know, he was like, I'm not gonna back down, basically. And he went against like towards the Night King with the spear, right?
Yeah.
And then the Night King just like he's like, oh shit, he's coming to me with a spear, and all you see is this guy running at the Night King for like 10 seconds, runs into the Night King, and the Night King just takes the spear, splits it in half, and stabs him. Like he died off like that quick, and it was just like he could have done so much more instead of like running into this Night King when you knew that he's like he could have threw something at him and then threw another thing at. I don't know, man. It's just like. I liked it though, but it's just a lot of things that I was like they could have put more effort into the smaller details.
I'm gonna rewatch it again.
Yeah,
Because
That's a good idea.
yeah, cause you're bitching a lot. You
I'm the one bitching.
You are, man.
No, I'm
No,
not.
you've been bitching a lot tonight, to be honest.
Me?
Hell yeah, you.
Bro, you just this is not your night.
It's not. I really didn't want to record because Rob's bitch ass wanted to record.
There it
Because he
is,
had to
there it
go.
is.
He has to go. He's going to play flip cup and dodgeball on Thursday.
There it is.
All right.
And it didn't help because I also had a doctor's appointment before work, and then I left work. And
You can't blame Rob for that.
No, I'm not blaming. No, but it would have been nice if it was on Thursday.
Yeah.
Of course it
same.
would've
So
been
I
nice.
could have been resting.
There's no one here that would rather do it today than Thursday, okay? You think I want to do it today? I'd rather
to
do it on Thursday.
top off the day, it's already like I don't know, 10:15, and I have to go back home and do my brother's project.
Yeah.
I need to finish sketching that shit, and I'm
Still play
tired.
that?
Okay.
Okay, let's wrap this up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Follow us on social media. Tag us, Creators Blueprint. Email us, creatorsblueprint@gmail.com. YouTube us, Creators Blueprint.
And we're gonna be on iTunes,
We're
right?
gonna be on iTunes. We submitted the podcast, and we're just waiting for a response.
So
it's
we'll
gonna
put a
be
link to that
Creators
somewhere.
Blueprint.
Yeah.
And and
Spotify, title, all that.
Yeah.
on Instagram, hey guys, start tagging us hashtag Creators Blueprint, and we'll feature. We want to feature your works and your blueprints on our page. So
And-
go ahead and spread that hashtag.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get on that more and be posting more because we haven't. And,
For sure, yeah, like just consistently posting, but it's gonna come. Don't worry.
Yeah. Follow me on Instagram, Design by Dennis.
I guess follow me at OscarLima.design,
Foul_matter.
and that's it.
All right. Take care. Stay
There you
going.
go.
No to drugs.
Good night.
Good night.
Peace.